Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's already the beginning of July. I actually wanted to say June because wow, this year, even though it is quite challenging and different, it really goes by quite fast. So we are already at the beginning of July, and at the beginning of each month on my channel, at least I try to keep the videos up, to keep this video series up, um, is the beginning of the month, starting again, is reserved for the Thank You Next video series that I started a few months ago. And in this series, I'm going to talk about one specific deck out of my Tarot, Oracle, and Lenormand deck collection that I decided to part with and to give it away or to sell it. Um, and this actually comes from a cleansing and decluttering of of all of the stuff actually that I have um, in my household. I did a declutter because, oh my gosh, there was a lot of stuff in here and a lot of stuff that I didn't even use anymore. And yeah, so I decluttered my decks as well. A little reminder or disclaimer here in the beginning, these videos and this series aren't meant to offend anybody who loves this decks, who has super experiences with working with it, aren't meant to offend or talk badly about the decks or the creators in any way. I have respect for every deck creator that is out there that puts the work in, that gets their their creativity and their ideas created and out into the world. I know that there is a lot of work that is going on into that is needed to be done when doing such a project, and a lot of risk as well. And there are beautiful decks out there, and I have bought these decks because I loved them. I loved something about them. I think that they're beautiful decks. And I really wish for every deck that I talk about in this series that I could connect with it. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And that's just a personal preference. That's just a personal issue that I have with these decks. That doesn't mean that these decks are bad or aren't usable or that there's something wrong with these decks. It's just my personal experience. And yeah, um, in all of these cases, I hoped that I could connect better with it. And that's why I kept them so long, but it didn't happen. So I decided to sort them out, to give it to somebody else who will get more use out of these decks than I do. Just a little reminder here. Okay, so this time we're taking a look at the Red Thread Oracle created by Wychwood Oracle. This is an independently published deck. You can get this on Etsy or on their website. I will have a link to either their Etsy shop or their website where you can get this deck in the video description down below so that you can take a look for yourself on it if you are interested. So, these creators have some beautiful and quite unique decks out there, and you can take a look at their variety of decks that they have created and so much more stuff, beautiful stuff that they have created in terms of witchy things, divination things. Um, And I actually have another oracle deck from them in my collection, which has surprised me recently and which stays in my collection. And I have done a walkthrough of that oracle deck quite recently, where I talk about my experience with it a little bit, so you can take a look at that. Unfortunately for this oracle, it didn't I couldn't connect to this one as well, and that surprise magic moment didn't happen for this oracle deck that I have experienced with the other one from them. So this is more like a Lenormand style of oracle. You get these come in a bag, so there is no box and there is no guidebook. You get this title card, a little bit about the oracle, and then instead of a guidebook, you have these guide cards where you have the card and then some keywords for um, upright and some keywords for reversed meanings. The cards are numbered, so so that you can easily find them on here. And as I said, and as you will see here in the meanings, this is more like Lenormand style decks. So you have a specific thing or person depicted, you have the title of it, and then you have just some keywords that you can associate or use with it. But you can use them quite intuitively as well. I had that experience with the other Oracle deck that I have in my collection, where I was a little bit um, unsure about how that would work if I really needed to rely on the keywords that um, that they give in their guide cards, or if there is something intuitively coming through as well. And there is something intuitively coming through as well, even though the depictions are not really detailed, or there is not really a lot of symbology as you would see with a traditional Lenormand deck. There's just the thing that the card is about depicted, but you can get your own meanings out of that. So in terms of the cards, first of all, beautiful, beautiful, amazing backings. I love their backings of the decks, at least of the two that I have. I love this one. I love the backing of the other one that I will keep in my collection. These are just gorgeous. They are even reversible, so you can use physical reversals as well, and they give you reversed me keywords as well. And they're just beautiful. No text, not too much going on, but beautiful decorative art here. And these are the cards. So they have the border, they have their number and the title, what you are seeing right here. And these ones have also a little subtitle here, which talks about a card of da da da. Um, And the images are all black and white sketches, black and white line work, beautifully done. And what this deck made so special for me, and what was actually the reason that I bought this deck as well, was the idea of the red thread that is an airy card and goes through the whole Oracle deck. And it is quite interesting to see when you lay out those cards in a spread, or like you would with Lenormand cards, like a 9 card reading, or even a 4 card reading, to see how that red thread goes through that spread and where it connects cards and what that means to you. Why are these specific cards connected? And yeah, why aren't others connected through the red thread could give you um an extra layer to interpret. The last card in here is actually the red thread itself, and I love that idea. I loved that extra layer to the cards, and I really loved working with these cards with that extra layer. I think it is quite unique to this deck. I haven't seen anything like that in another Oracle deck before, and it really added a valuable layer to the readings. And it's so sad that I can't connect really with this deck anymore because I love the idea and I want to connect with it because of that red thread layer and that unique experience because of that. But there are some cards in the artwork that just um, throw me off because of the artwork. So these are cards. First of all, where is it? I don't like that. So you have significator cards in these decks, at least in the two that I have. A male and a female significator card that you could use like in a Lenormand deck. And I don't like that they have chosen Adam and Eve instead of just a neutral male and female character. This is actually a fact that I knew when I ordered it, that you could research on your own and could make up your mind what you think about the use of those two before you purchase the deck. But I thought that this wouldn't bother me as much as it does. Then there are some cards where I just don't like the artwork as much, and this is not saying that the artwork in these cards isn't good or isn't valuable or beautiful or doesn't afford skill. It's just not my preferred, or it's just not my aesthetic, and this is subjective speaking. So like how this cat's face is looking or how this dog is looking, the proportion between its head and its body, or like this owl is like the way that its head is sitting on its body and its face is depicted, it just throws me off. Then there are these where the artwork, I'm not liking what I'm seeing, but I could look at it. I could look away at it, and I could get it away with it. Um, and then there are even some um, that I get creeps. So these three, when I look at those images, and I mean, these aren't necessarily creepy. Well, this, I think a lot of people find that a little bit creepy. Um, but these two aren't necessarily creepy in the way that they are depicted. There's nothing creepy or horror style about them. But for me, in my brain, these are like horror movie puppets that are going to kill you or that are going to haunt you. And I'm a little bit crazy in that term. I'm a little bit sensitive about that. I didn't reckon with that reaction from myself when I see these cards, and I thought that I could get over this and still work with this Oracle deck, but they just threw me off working with this deck. And because of the fact that there are only 32 cards in here, so it is a quite not a quite you don't have a lot of cards so that you can um, just take these out, because then you would even have a slimmer Oracle deck than it is already. So these are more heavily influenced than they would influence me when I have an Oracle deck about 80 cards and there are just 4, 5, 6 cards in there. That isn't as heavy of an influence then as in an Oracle deck that just has 30 cards or 30 plus cards. And because of those reasons, and these are just really subjective reasons, these are just personal issues, and have more to do with myself than with the Oracle deck itself. And because of that, I have the Wychwood Oracle Fortune cards by the same creators, that I love the artwork more in this deck. I love the symbols that I used in here a little bit more. I could connect with this deck really, really much more than I have connected with this deck. And there are no creepy cards or artwork that is putting me off in this deck. Um, I have an Oracle deck that I can use instead of this. This is also more of a Lenormand kind style of read in here as well. The only thing that this deck hasn't got is the idea of the red red that is in every single card, which I really loved about this, and which was the reason that I purchased this. Um, but I could live with that. I even could go in there and put my own red threads, draw my own red threads onto the cards, but for now I don't want to. But if I really miss this systematic, I could do that on my own. And so because I have this, and I will always use this deck first, and I will always reach for this deck before I would consider to work with this deck, because there's not much that throws me off in here. I finally decide that I can let go of this deck. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful for you in any or in some kind of way. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about these decks? Have you any of those decks in your collection, and what are your experiences with working with them? This deck is actually a little bit more popular. This deck I haven't seen a lot around, so I would love to hear if you have heard of this deck even before, and what your thoughts and impressions are on these. Yeah, and what are your experiences when with working with these decks, if you have one? I would love to hear your thoughts, so let me know down in the comments. Also give me some feedback about what do you like these videos? Do you like this format? If you have any critique or things that I could improve or work on, I'm open for critique as long as it is respectful. And feel free to leave them also down in the comments as well. Thank you for watching. Um, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for subscribing if you did. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.